Hi class, my name is Fernanda Grajeda and I will be sharing with everybody today my research project. I decided to begin with a question that will introduce you guys to play and socialization a little bit more. And the question is the following: why is play fundamental in the child's life? Play becomes fundamental for children to dive into creativity and develop imagination. Play allows children to build cognitive, physical, and social emotional well being. The experience of play changes developmentally with age, so we expected different effects at different ages. In general, across early childhood, the complexity of children's play grows as the play in increasingly social context. What it means that children will be playing differently according to the age and stage that they can be found. We will begin with our introduction, which becomes the following. Social interactions are crucial for children's socialization, development. When children have the chance to interact with others, they are more likely to seek out further social experiences with other children. By playing with peers, children experience positive emotions that lead to enjoyable play experiences, which in turn enhance future opportunities for social interactions. With that said, children that are seeking for interactions will be more likely to interact with other people around them, such as new peers, and create strong relationship with them. Technological devices such as computers, smartphones, tablets, video games, TVs, etc., have become increasingly popular among people, including children in the United States in recent years. However, this trend has led to a decline in social interaction between families and their children. This, in turn, results in fewer opportunities for children to learn, play, and develop language skills, which can negatively impact their future academic achievements. Therefore, technological devices are very popular nowadays, and its use should be monitored. We will continue that with extended periods spent in front of screens that can really have a negative impact on the brain, affecting its function and resulting in long-term consequences that can certainly affect children. A recent study has revealed that such prolonged screen time can lead to behavioral issues and reward seeking tendencies, similar to those seen in addictive behaviors. Children who are exposed to significant amounts of screen time have a higher chance of developing behavioral problems or expecting or experiencing developmental issues which are not needed. Excessive screen time has been linked to various developmental and behavioral issues such as speech disorders, learning disabilities, attention deficit, hyperactivity disorders such as ADHD, as well as behavioral and conduct problems. According to the study, preschoolers are at higher risk of developing these problems. The study also found that boys spend more time gaming, conversely with girls that tend to spend more time on social media, which can harm them psychologically to what they see and the different expressions of social media they have access to. So the goal of the study and the research question will be the following. Is there a change in the behavior of socialization and play among children due to the use of technology? The aim of this study is to investigate how modern technology affects the way children socialize and play. The study will explore whether children prefer to interact with peers and parents in person, or if they tend to use devices such as computers, smartphones, tablets, video games, and TVs when they visit various parks in San Diego. Of course, it is not likely that a child would bring a TV, but it becomes a technological device, which also becomes included in this study, and not just to mention any other technological device that can be taken to the park. The purpose of this research is to identify any changes in children's socialization and play behaviors that might be related to the use of these devices, such as children not wanting to interact with others or play with others, or just decide to be utilizing the screens. They will be two hypotheses. We will have these two. The first one becomes the following: children might choose technology over social play with peers or parents. That might be one. And the second one, children might have a greater affinity for socializing and interacting with peers and parents rather than using technology itself. The participants of the study were the following. There were 8 child participants whose ages range from approximately 3 to 12 years old, 5 males of different ethnicities, 3 females of other different ethnicities were the participants in this study. The procedures will be the following. The study design follow a naturalistic observation to investigate the relationship between children's socialization, play with parents and peers, and technology use. Event sampling, which lasted approximately 15 minutes per sample. And the setting were 4 different parks in San Diego. Each park had a different location and they were not fairly close to each other. They were approximately like 10, 20 miles away from each other. So we could have this observation of different settings. The focus of the observation will become investigate the availability of technological devices for children. Therefore, how much access do they have to them? Do they bring them to the park? It will also pay attention to the social behavior of children, including their interactions with peers and parents. The observation aims to determine whether children engage with their families and if children use technological devices during their visits to the park. We will see if children are carrying any technology with them. Besides, the observation seeks to find out if children prefer more face-to-face interaction or they might rather the use of technology, or they might, have a better interaction with those around them. The measures that were used, the first type where it was observed children playing or interacting with their parents, one parent or the other, or both parents. The first type is joint directed interactions, when both the child and the parent contribute to play and the parent encourages collaboration. During the study, the researcher observed the overall social and physical interactions that took place between the parent and the child. Children playing or interacting with peers, playing with peers might have a unique link with changes in children's emotional experiences, which become beneficial. And during the study, the researcher observed the overall social and physical interactions that took place between peers, how they interacted together. Lastly, children utilizing technological devices, it was identified that 70% of children had excessive screen time, which is not beneficial. And while conducting this study, the researcher observed the use of technological devices. The measures that were used, we can observe a table here. The table is representing the engagement of children with their parents. Either the children are actively engaged, or not actively engaged. They are socially engaged or physically engaged, such as doing activities such as running, jumping, chasing, having conversations with their parents. On the second column, we have children are engaging or not engaging with peers, either socially or physically. Therefore, are children running, are children playing, are children jumping, are children interacting, or there's no interaction. Lastly, the child is either not using technology or the child is using technology, which means is the child holding or utilizing a technology device instead of having a face-to-face interaction, or is the child not holding or utilizing this technology? The first hypothesis was contradicted, and the second hypothesis actually was supported. both genders demonstrated more face-to-face interactions with parents and peers. This means that for boys and girls, equally, even though it was different, it was differently the events, but both rather do interactions face to face more than utilizing technological devices. And this will be explained. We can observe some numbers. That means the events that were observed with parents, with peers, and with the children utilizing technology. Children playing with peers, parents, or utilizing technological devices during the observation. The age range for this group is between 3 to 12. And we can observe here boys are going to be utilizing the blue and girls will be utilizing green. Parents interacting with children, peers interacting together, child using technology. As we can observe, there was not much interaction. There was not much use of technology. There was more interaction socially or physically, just such as doing activities such as running, jumping, or just talking, than utilizing a technological device. The interaction events between parents, peers, and technology can be also observed here. We have older boys, we have older girls, we have younger boys and younger girls. The parent-child interaction will be displayed in dark blue. We have peer-child interaction in a lighter blue and use of technology in a grayish blue. And we can observe that younger boys as well as younger boys seem to have more parent-child interaction. We will be speaking about this on the following slide. The summary of the findings, it was found that children actually interacted and played with each other more frequently, staying at high levels of engagement. As it was observed through the event sampling. They engage in playing and running, talking, doing different social and physical activities. Children interacted frequently with their parents through physical and social play, including running, jumping, chasing, talking. Children who did use technology devices, they utilize them for short periods of time, and they rather have more face-to-face interactions. That's what it was observed. And older boys had less interaction with their parents than younger boys did. As well as girls, older girls had less parent interaction than younger girls, but both male and female children had older ones had a higher peer interaction than with the parents. But this can be due to the developmental stage they're found. The explanation of the findings, so we just observed that children of both genders frequently interacted with their peers while engaging in various physical and social activities. Younger children tended to interact more with their parents than older children, as latter were most focused on interacting with peers due to their developmental stage. In contrast, younger males were more likely to engage with their parents, and neither older nor younger children use technology frequently during their visits to the park, as it was observed, which was very interesting because we observed that whenever children have these visits to the park, they do enjoy their time and play with others. During park observations, children of both genders were seen interacting with both parents and peers while engaging in physical and social activities. It was observed that younger girls had a higher rate of parent-child interaction compared to older girls. Additionally, older girls use technology more frequently than younger girls, which can be contributed to differences in their developmental stages, but there was not much difference. Even older girls and older boys didn't engage as much utilizing technology. Access to technology among children at home might yield different results, as well as in settings beyond the park. The results might vary based on the duration of the time spent in the park. Implications and applications. Technology can certainly become very, very, very beneficial for children if it is adequately monitored and used, and parents set reasonable screen time limits for their children. In recent years, the use of technology certainly has increased, and many children spend more time on screens, which can have a negative impact on their development if not used properly. It is crucial for parents to be mindful on their children's access to technology, the content that they're viewing, and how they are interpreting the information that is available to them. Parents, caregivers, schools, and communities must keep themselves updated with the evolving technological landscape that children have access to and remain aware of the kind of data that kids are being exposed to. That's fundamental. When technology is used appropriately, it can have a positive impact on children's lives, definitely. The limitations of the study were the following. The study utilized event sampling for naturalistic observation and only four settings with a small sample size of 8 participants, so not many participants. And the study could be expanded with increased participant numbers and research and multiple settings for more accurate observations. That will be the end of the slides. Thank you for listening. I hope you guys enjoy the study. Thank you so much.